So, Neal, from a roster standpoint, you look at what Lane Kiffin's built in the offseason. We all know the experiment they're trying to run. Relative to the rest of the teams he's had, how much better is this Ole Miss roster truly than everything he's had, it's, in your opinion?
Yeah, it's his most talented roster at Ole Miss, there's no question. They've got very few holes in it, really. I think, they had that game at Georgia last year that was an eye-opener for them. I don't think it was revelatory. I just think it confirmed what they sort of suspected, which was they simply had to get better on both lines of scrimmage, and that's what they've done, at least in terms of on paper on the roster. They went out and really bolstered their offensive line through the transfer portal. They added Walter Nolan, Princely, Iman Mielen, and others on their defensive line. They're bigger, they're deeper. They should be, just able to hold their own against the elite of the SEC on the lines of scrimmage, much more than they've been able to do during Lane's previous seasons at Ole Miss.
When you look at Lane personality-wise, he might be wired in a way to actually manage, sort of like, I don't want to call it a rental because that seems insulting, that's not my intention, but he seems like he's sort of wired to handle all of that. What is it that people don't know about him? Like the outside fan that it's not around him like you guys are, like what is it that you would like them to know about Lane Kiffin, the personality, that maybe people don't know?
Yeah, he's much more serious and reserved in real life than he is on Twitter. On Twitter, he kind of has a little personality that I don't think is really reflective of kind of his day-to-day operation, certainly not the way that he sort of runs his program. His program has a lot of confidence, which I think you see that in Lane. There's a certain swagger to it that I think you see with Lane, but it's also a real workman-like kind of blue-collar approach that I think would surprise people. They don't assume anything. They put the work in. They have a system that they believe in, and they're pretty consistent to it. And it's nowhere near as flashy and all that on a day-to-day as kind of think you see on social media. It's a go to work, put the work in approach that you probably see at a lot of successful programs around the country. And, they do a lot of stuff that I think draws kids' interest with social media and that stuff. But look, at the end of the day, it's a football program, and that's how he treats it. I mean, he's the son of a football coach, the late Monty Kiffin, who just passed away last week. I mean, Lane learned a whole lot about how to run a program from his dad, and his dad was a get the work done kind of guy.
One word, do they make the playoff this year?
I can't. I don't know. I mean,
that's
look,
3.
Here's the one thing I will tell you. It doesn't matter what I think. They think they're going to make it. And so if they don't make it, it will be a monumental disappointment inside that building.